Hi, today we are doing readings for the 26th day of Wisdom and Praise, and I am Christy here with the Wild Berry Patch to share with you a few of the little tidbits that I've picked up as I read through this today. Psalm 25. Lord, I turn to you. My God, I trust in you. Do not let me be disgraced. Do not let my enemies gloat over me. This goes on to discuss discouragement, despair, depression. Just a second, I need to turn on that light. I think that looks better. I don't know. Maybe not. Make your ways known to me. When I have been suffering with depression, these are the things that I needed. Make your ways known to me, Lord. Teach me your paths. Guide me in your truth and teach me. For you are the God of my salvation. I wait for you all day long. If I can focus on the Lord and his paths and his ways when I'm depressed, it can help pull me out. So also can scriptural songs and hymns and things. And David, again, this is from David's prayer book or prayer journal. Do not remember the sins of my youth or my acts of rebellion. In keeping with your faithful love, remember me because of your goodness, Lord. This is a precursor to the whole thing that it's not works, so we can't boast. It's all from God. It is God's love that causes us to stand. The Lord is good and upright, therefore he shows sinners the way. He leads the humble in what is right and teaches them the way. God is, therefore we are. Because of your name, Yahweh, forgive my sin, for it is great. The last part of this is, guard me and deliver me. Do not let me be put to shame, for I take refuge in you. May integrity and what is right watch over me, for I wait for you. It also talks about how he was suffering with some loneliness there and homesickness and just many things. I have found every issue that I've dealt with in the Psalms, and God has an answer, and I am so grateful for that. So Psalm 55 is another one of David's prayer journal entries. God, listen to my prayer and do not ignore my plea. Pay attention to me and answer me. I am restless and in turmoil with my complaint because of my enemy's voice, because of the pressure of the wicked. For they bring down disaster on me and harass me in anger. And then it describes the feeling of depression. My heart shudders within me. Terrors of death sweep over me. Fear and trembling grip me. Horror has overwhelmed me. And I said, if only I had wings like a dove, I would fly away and find rest. How far away I would flee. I would stay in the wilderness. I would hurry to my shelter from the raging wind and the storm. So then it's asking God to deal with the enemies. And this is the really sad thing, is he's talking about it's not an enemy. It's not a foe that has risen up against me, but it's you, a man or a woman who is my peer, my companion, and my good friend. We used to have close fellowship. We walked with the crowd into the house of the Lord. And this is the person that has risen up against him. I will call to the Lord, and he will save me. I complain and groan morning, noon, and night. and he hears my voice. God can hear all of our painful cries. My friend acts violently against those at peace with him, and he violates his covenant, violates his contract, violates his promise. His buttery words are smooth, but war is in his heart. Cast your burden on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never allow the righteous to be shaken. So put your trust in God, no matter what. But that is really, David was really suffering from one of the worst types of betrayal. 85. Lord, you showed favor to your land. You restored Jacob's prosperity. You took away your people's guilt, and you covered all their sin. So God had forgiven them. You withdrew all your fury, and you turned from your burning anger. So they had asked for forgiveness. And here's, return to us, God of our salvation, and abandon your displeasure with us. Show us your faithful love, Lord, and give us your salvation. Listen to what God will say, and he will declare peace, and not let them go back to foolish ways. His salvation is very near those who fear him, so that glory may dwell in our land. And this is a beautiful passage. Faithful love and truth will join together. Righteousness and peace will embrace. Truth will spring up from the earth, and righteousness will look down from heaven. Also, the Lord will provide what is good, and our land will yield its crops. Righteousness will go before him to prepare the way for his steps. Psalm 115 is blessings of trusting Yahweh. Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but unto thy name give glory, for thy mercy and for thy truth's sake. Our God is in the heavens, and he hath done whatsoever he pleased. But then it describes idols. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throat. They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them. Our God is a living God. Our God speaks. Our God's hand reaches out and saves. He came as Jesus. But we will bless the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. It's just a description of what idols are. Think about the little idols that you can get, but make sure that even things that don't look like idols, you don't have them in place to stand between you and the Lord. David's prayer journal of Psalm 145. Yahweh is great and highly praised. His greatness is unsearchable. They will proclaim the power of your awe-inspiring acts, and I will declare your greatness. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and great in faithful love. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. Your rule is for all generations. The Lord is faithful in all his words, gracious in all his actions. The Lord helps all those who fall, and he raises up all who are oppressed. The Lord is righteous in all his ways and gracious in all his acts. The Lord is near all who call out to him with integrity. My mouth shall declare Yahweh's praise. Let every living thing praise his holy name forever and ever. And here's a couple verses from Proverbs 25. And this says, these Proverbs are from Solomon, but the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied them out, and they ended up in the Bible. Remove impurities from silver, and a vessel will be produced for the silversmith. Remove the wicked from the king's presence, and his throne will be established in righteousness. A word spoken at the right time is like gold apples on a silver tray. A wise correction to a receptive ear is like a gold ring or an ornament of gold. Here's one I find funny. Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house, otherwise he'll get sick of you and hate you. There's many versions of that. Don't overstay your welcome. I just thought that was funny. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. And if he is thirsty, give him water to drink. Now this little piece, take it as you will. For you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. The key is we are not to treat our enemies the way our enemies would treat us. We are to love and to pray for our enemies. That is the difference in being a child of God, walking with Christ. Thank you for joining me today, and I pray that the Lord bless you and keep you and make his face shine upon you and grant you the peace that passes all understanding and keeps your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. Thank you. I'll see you next time.